Defending champ Yearling and Teppan, 5-time Grade 1 winner, both nominated for the Ricoh Woodbine Mile. Anybody seen Jason? Jen, see Jason?
I don't know where he is.
Melissa, have you seen Jason?
Nope.
Anybody seen Jason?
Nothing like a nice relaxing day here at the Border Oval inside the Tiki Bar, hanging out with some friends. I mean, what better way to spend your Saturday? This is amazing stuff.
Here you are, Jason.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. You're the best. Oh, man.
Yeah, Jason. Where are you?
What? Oh, shoot, you're right. Oh, my God. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, bye. Louis, perfect timing. You know what? I need to get to Woodbine and really fast. Can you help me out? Awesome.
Coming up, the Ricoh Woodbine Mile is just a week away. I'll look back at the Puss N Boots Stakes at Fort Erie, and
I'm maddie-jo Tilley, and I'm surrounded by hundreds of baby horses. Where are they all heading? Stick around to find out.
yes, we're talking horses. Welcome to the program. Joe Tilley alongside Jason Portuano, and man, that horse was fast.
The beauty of the QEW, Joe, no speed limits for the horses.
And of course, you'll have more from Fort Erie
Yes.
later in the program. All right, the Ricoh Woodbine Mile just 1 week away. You know, it's been a long time since a Canadian horse fared well in this event.
2008, last time they actually won it, kept the money right here at Woodbine. Rahi's attorney pulling off the upset for jockey Slade Callahan, trainer Ian Black. Since then, it's been tough going for the red and white. And you know, for a race that's been dominated by North Americans the last couple of seasons, it's been the other side of the pond getting it done. The Great Britain bred Trade Storm in 2014, and last year, the Irish bred Yearling.
Well, we got up close and personal with Tower of Texas, one of the top local contenders.
Well, he'll let you know if he's going to kick you. He'll show you his back feet, and he's good to work with. He's an older horse. He's got a lot of brains in him. After he trains, you take him outside. He knows he's not going into a stall till he has a bite of grass. After he has a bite of grass, he'll walk right into a stall like it's nothing. But if you don't have that grass, he's not going in that stall. I think he finished 5th or 6th in there, but he didn't get beat that far. And he had 3 or 4 tough races before that, so put everything together. He ran decent. He's tough company. Big race like that. Fast horses. He's a lot smarter. He's a lot sharper looking. There's a few tough horses in that race. Like they say, Teppan's coming up for that race. Even if I don't win, I don't mind running second to him. So, or to her, is it? I don't mind running second to her, but the last quarter mile, he'll be flying.
Speaking of second, is it kind of... He's
Well,
been second a few times this year.
Yeah, I know, and it just peeves me off.
What do you think? He likes to come from far behind, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he can, that last quarter mile, he can scat, you know, so he'll better have the running shoes on. But I think he's in great shape.
We say good Saturday morning to racing analyst Jen
morning.
Morrison. Now, Roger Atfield, multiple Hall of Famer, both sides of the 49th, and he's won this race twice before, 1990 with his Vestia, 1993 with Pietzke. Tower of Texas, you know, didn't race too badly last year, was 7th, but trying to do a bit better, obviously.
Yeah, and I think the turf was a little bit on the giving side last year. That means it was a little bit on the wet side and not his favorite. And as Brian had told us, you know, it had some tough races going into that event. So this year he's a little fresher. The turf might be firm. Heavens, we haven't had hardly any rain all year.
Yep.
So it might be more to his liking this year.
14 of 18 in the money in lifetime, so a very consistent sort.
Yes.
And one of the ones waving that flag for the locals here at Woodbine.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there are some other horses that are going to try and keep the money right here.
Yep. Well, obviously the horse that defeated Tower of Texas last time, well, 2 times in a row now,
Right, yes.
Glenville Gardens, who a year ago at this time was running for 40,000 claiming when Sid Attard claimed him for his wife, Janice Attard. Now he's a contender going into the Woodbine Mile for the locals. And Passion for Action, of course, was the leader in the turf sprint division earlier this year. Been a little bit flatter lately. but hopefully he'll be coming up to his best race. So I think we have a powerful trio of horses for our side heading towards the race.
In all, 30 horses nominated for this year's mile, headlined by who else? Of course, Tepin, that leading lady. It's going to be very interesting if Mondialiste does indeed show up, because that's going to be the rematch.
That's right. I mean, the rematch. Last year, they hooked up in the Breeders' Cup Mile at Keeneland. And, you know, look at this stretch run here. They're coming down the stretch. Tepin's already long gone. She's got this race won. Turf is a little soft, but Mondialiste there, crying for room. Nowhere to go down the stretch, Jason. Finally gets out and closes like a maniac. I mean, what would have happened if you'd gotten out a little bit earlier? Does he catch her on the wire? I mean, here's a horse that has already won the Woodbine Mile. We know he likes the long stretch run here, and Tepin's never run on this turf course. So
Maybe the equalizer.
should be very interesting. It'd be a match race I'd enjoy to see.
And Mondialiste, the defending champion, comes in on a high after that big score, Arlington Million.
Arlington Million, yep, exactly. So
Gonna
he's
be
red hot.
A lot of fun. Looking forward to that one coming up later on today. We're looking forward to some stakes events. Colin for the boys, tomorrow the debutante for the ladies. And speaking of important 2-year-old races, around Woodbine Mile weekend, the Natalma and the Summer.
That's right. So the Colin and Debutante have some crossover nominees in it. So horses that are going to go in that race will stay there, and some will run in the Natalma and the Summer, but they won't run in both. So it'll be interesting to do a handicapping thing there. Who runs in the Colin that was nominated to the Summer Stakes, perhaps? Who runs in the Debutante for fillies? And who instead runs the Natalma? You can use a handicapping thing that way and pick your winners.
All right, the first-year students, yes, school is back in session. Looking forward to what's coming up over the next couple of weeks right here at Woodbine. Time for a break here on Talkin' Horses. When we return, taking the plunge at the Fort. We'll look back at last weekend's stakes action, and this week's feature recaps the Yearling Sale. On the way out, here's a check on the riders.
Horse people have a habit of taking care of their own. It's always been that way. The Horsemen's Benevolent and Protective Association of Ontario was formed to represent horse people's interests on a myriad of issues pertaining to the business of horse racing and the many tens of thousands of people whose livelihoods depend upon the sport. The betterment of racing at all levels is their goal. This is the HBPA's mission statement. We are committed to the future of horse racing. We are horse people who have one horse and a dream. We are horse people who spend millions of dollars. We are horse people who race throughout the country. We are owners, breeders, and trainers, big and small, young and old, from one end of the province to the other. We horse people are the HBPA. We are horsemen helping horsemen.
I'm Sandy Hawley, and you're watching Talkin' Horses.
Welcome back to the program. Joe and Jason once again. La Lorgnette, a great filly, won the 1985 Queen's Plate, beating the boys. Big, strong filly. This stakes race last week was named after La Lorgnette.
Yeah, $125,000 on the line, Joe. A mile and a 16th over the synthetic. A small field. Moonlit Promise, the headliner. Only question mark is, you know, how would she fare stretching out for the first time around 2 turns?
All right, let's find out. We'll get the call from Robert Geller, the track announcer. We like to call him Bobby G.
Moonlit Promise down the lane in front. Zamata coming down the outside. Moonlit Promise in front by 3 lengths. Felt in pocket and Zamata chasing in vain. Moonlit Promise. Gary Boulanger knew how good a horse she is gonna be, and she's done it very tough, but boy, she's talented. Moonlit Promise wins the La Lorgnette 2 lengths to Zamata.
That's now 3 of 5 lifetime for Moonlit Promise. Jen is back with more on that score and stretching out just fine with her.
Oh yeah, she loved it. I mean, you could see as she was going down the backstretch and going around the turns, her ears were like this. I mean, she was just interested in what else was going on. And, you know, she had a pretty easy time of it. Gary Boulanger did a great job substituting for Luis Contreras, who was in Saratoga. And, you know, John Secura, who owned and bred this filly, you know, it's perfect for him because she was second in the stakes race with a troubled trip last time, and now she's got the black type. So she just increased her value like tenfold with
Yeah.
that win, you know.
Gary Boulanger, the winning ride, if you can call it that, the winning mount, maybe we'll say.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty
Yeah.
autopilot-ish, if you will, but still getting it done. Zermatta, quick return, solid second, and Felton pocket third.
Yep, great race by Zermatta as a long shot. And Neshama, our Woodbine Oaks winner, was fourth of the four and looking like perhaps, the long summer is catching up with her.
Yeah, just didn't seem herself that day. Also from last weekend, let's cross the 49th. Saratoga had their final weekend of action. Kind of sad, but that's the way it goes. What a way to wrap things up, though. The Spinaway Stakes, a Grade 1 event at 7 furlongs. What a fabulous finish.
Yeah, these are 2-year-old fillies. This is a really big race now. I mean, we're getting close to the Breeders' Cup, Grade 1 event. Fillies, see if they can stretch out. And there was a bunch that you could choose from if you didn't think that the heavy favorite, Cherry Grove, was the favorite.
Chasing $350,000. How good was this race? Let's find out together with Larry.
Progress as Sweet Loretta takes the lead. Sweet Loretta is in front with 1 furlong to go. Drifting out on the lead here to Pretty City Dancer, who is trying to get by with a 16th left. It is Sweet Loretta, Pretty City Dancer still coming, and here she comes to the outside. Oh, they bob heads under the wire. Pretty City Dancer and Sweet Loretta together in the Spinaway.
Cole us with the call, and who got the bob? Actually, they both did.
Yeah, a dead heat, a rare dead heat in a Grade 1 stakes race. Even more rare that they were both by the same stallion, Tappet, the leading stallion in North America.
Sweet Loretta, Pretty City Dancer, trained by Mark Cassie. They hit the line together, so Cassie and Pletcher splitting the money, if you will.
And between the two of them, they cost like $1.5 million at auction. So you could say that the money was well spent because winning a Grade 1, both of them, their value now went up.
Only at Saratoga. Yes. More from last Saturday. The main event on that card was a Grade 1 running of the Woodward. And a lot of people thought it was a one-horse race, including yours truly, but not so much.
Well, I mean, it's Saratoga. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Racing, anything can happen. And Frosted was going in off of his big scores, and everybody's looking forward to his showdown with California Chrome in the Breeders' Cup. But wait a minute, we still have to run the Woodward.
You're right, we do, and we did, and what a fabulous finish once again, and keep an eye on the local horse who was right there at the wire.
And now, with a furlong to go, he is head and head for the lead. It is Frosted on the outside. A very confident ride here. Breaking Lucky and Move to Heeger down toward the rail. Shaman Ghost is there too. Frosted's going to have to work for it. It's going to be a photo finish, and it's going to be won by Shaman Ghost. He has won the Woodward.
Well, Jen, 4 of them basically hitting the line together. No dead heat, but what a race.
That was a great race. And how about Canadian breds? First and fourth, separated by half a length in one of the most important races in the United States and America at this time of year, the Woodward Stakes. Shaman Ghost won the Queen's Plate. I mean, he's just doing tremendous for trainer Jimmy Jerkins and owner Stronach Stables. He was first-time Lasix, first time he's ever been on that medication for a race. I'm not sure that was the winning recipe, but I tell you, he was really gritty, and it was a great ride. And Breaking Lucky under Luis Contreras.
Solid.
Oh, man, he looked like he was going to win the race, too, for trainer Reed Baker, Gunpowder. So kudos to the Canadian breds.
Yeah, Frosted simply third best. I didn't see any excuses.
Well, he didn't break out of the gate all that well, and he was really far back. The pace was a bit slow. I think the rider was a little, Joel Rosario was a little confident in him, and, he didn't really work him hard, but... if he's that good, he should have gone past those horses.
I'm just glad we didn't make that bet between Frosted and California Chrome.
Yes, we did.
We did?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. While we discuss that, how about you guys check out the running of the Jam Lovely? You sure we did?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Tis Imaginary in second, and Calling Rai Rai by about a length to Tis Imaginary, and Calling Rai Rai has the Jam Lovely one. Calling Rai Rai drawing off to win by 2.5 lengths to Tis Imaginary, and plenty up the sleeve for the winner. Conquest Fleet Feet was third, along last West Lodge Intrigue.
And now it's time for our news of the week, brought to you by Woodbine's HPI Bet. Longtime horse owner and breeder June Sifton has passed away. June's husband John was president of the Winnipeg Free Press and other newspapers across the country and introduced June to the sport of kings. She bred and raised Liz's Pride, a Sovereign Award winner. Her horses raced all over North America. June Sifton was 82. HPI Bet is offering a special promotion for the Ricoh Woodbine Mile. If you bet $100 or more on the September 17th racing card, you will automatically go into a draw to win $1,000. Also, the Hockey and Hops Party follows the racing at Champions Bar and Patio. They'll have Team Canada's opener of the World Cup of Hockey against the Czech Republic. Coming up, looking back at a very successful yearling sale, our weekly handicapping segment and trainer trivia. But first, here's the finish of the Belle Mahone.
And is running on, but Uchenna got the big break. Uchenna by 2. Hopkins trying to run her down, but Uchenna is gone. She's going to take the Belle Mahone well, and with lot left, it's Uchenna by almost 2. Hopkins second, Whimsicality third, then Reserve.
A reminder, you can also join us for the radio version of Talkin' Horses each and every Saturday morning, 10 o'clock on G98.7.
They're off! Catch the thrill and bet anywhere, anytime with HPI Bet. Use HPIBet.com on your phone, tablet, or PC to bet when you just can't be there. Join HPI Bet for free today. Stream live racing from over 150 tracks around the world. Bet with ease, anywhere, anytime. It's safe and secure. Plus, receive personalized alerts, rewards, and more. Become a member, join for free today, and get up to $250 plus. Your first bet is on us. Simply go to HPIBet.com and sign up now.
Breeder, the owner, the trainer, or the jockey. But for a few glorious moments, it's your horse. This is Ontario Racing.
Welcome back to Talkin' Horses. The Canadian Premier Yearling Sale was held last week. There was plenty of buzz heading into this sale. With more, here's Talkin' Horses reporter Maddie-Jo Tilley.
Welcome to the Canadian Premier Yearling Sale here at Woodbine, where 280 one-year-old horses are being auctioned off, and some of them are future racing stars. So let's go check it out.
I'm always excited about the sale. This is where most of the Ontario sires and Ontario bred horses are. So, and you know, the Canadian dollar being a little weaker than the US dollar, it's the place to buy a good bargain, you know.
You like Canadian bred horses?
I love Canadian bred horses. It's the only way to win the Queen's Plate, right?
That is very true.
There you go.
Just the atmosphere is great. I buy a lot in Kentucky, and I've been to this sale twice now, and I love it. Like the CTHS does a really good job with it. We had 2 horses for sale today, Hip 17 and Hip 140. Hip 17, nice filly by Escandarea, and she brought $82,000 for Mark Cassie and Tucci Stables. And our other horse, Hip 140, brought $25,000. So pretty happy with the results so far.
Did you find a horse today?
Found one. So far the sale topper, Hip number 17. And she's just a beautiful looking horse, nice long body, beautiful stride. I was hoping to get somewhere between the 50 and 70 range, but we paid $82,000.
Do you feel in your gut that it's a good purchase?
I always feel in my gut it's a good purchase. Until you get those bills, it's always a good purchase.
How does it feel to be a horse owner?
Oh, like a proud parent.
Oh, yeah. Excited.
Now we'll have to deal with all the crap.
Yeah. We're totally excited. You know what? This horse sale is just amazing. The people here are really good.
She looked beautiful. I mean, she's nice, tall, muscular. So we're very excited.
Have you noticed any new faces amongst the buyers?
Yeah, we're really excited about that. Actually, we have a new group that bought. It's a group headed by Mark Rule and his brother York, and they own a golf course on Trafalgar Road. It's called Piper's Heath Golf Course. They're super excited. They bought their first filly for $35,000, Hip number 60. They had a group of 4 guys, I think, going in. It has grown, I think, to 8 or 10. And they're really enthusiastic, and it's great to have new owners. We're really excited for them.
Overall, a strong, positive vibe at the sale, and perhaps a Queen's Plate, Woodbine Oaks, or Triple Crown champ was purchased here. For Talkin' Horses, I'm Maddie-Jo Tilley.
And a pair of fillies shared top price at this year's sale. A Justin Phillip filly and a Silent Name filly, each sold for $95,000. 181 horses were sold for $3.48 million. The Puss N Boots Stakes, one of the highlights of the Fort Erie calendar. Let's go back to Jason.
Well, Joe, the action is underway. Another busy one here at Fort Erie, joined by Antoinetta Petrella. She's in charge of marketing and media relations here at the racetrack. 55th edition of the Puss N Boots, part of a huge day.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic day for us here at Fort Erie Racetrack. We've merged this with our Circle the Course fundraiser for cancer research and COPE. COPE is our local food bank here in Fort Erie. It's been 5 years that we've been doing this event, and this is our 5th year, and definitely it's been wonderful so far. Raised a lot of money and have a ton of people out here to support the event, so it's great.
Fun events too. I mean, we're going to see some jockeys later on today on balls. Okay.
Yeah, those big hopper balls,
Okay.
with the handle, like the big almost exercise balls. Yeah, no, they're going to do a race, a 50-yard race across the track. We used to do a jockey foot race, but it wasn't competitive enough. We had the same winner, Bryce Alderson, 2 years in a row, so we thought we'd change it up, make it a little more difficult and a little more humorous and entertaining for the audience, of course, too.
And speaking of races, obviously the big one is the Puss N Boots. Big field and a big crowd as well.
Yeah, we have 12 horses in that race today, so it should definitely be a good one. And hopefully afterwards we'll see our winning connections take the jump into the infield pond. That's always entertaining. They did it for the first time in 1998, and we've had someone jump in the pond every year since, so definitely something to look forward to.
Who will make a big splash? Let's find out. Here is track announcer Frank Stelieve with the stretch call.
Dupes and Port Severn. Dupes still holding a late lead of a length. In on the fence is Allowed coming through a little too late. Dupes is the champion of the 2016 Puss N Boots Cup over Port Severn.
Kathy, this is your first honor winning this race. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. I don't know how jumping in the lake's going to feel, but
Your thoughts going in, I mean, it seems like you had this horse ready to go today.
yes, actually, we considered not running him because he just ran 2 weeks ago and he ran 2 weeks before that, but he's been feeling so well, doing so good, we decided to enter him.
Worked out? Yeah, worked out well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll get you to stay right there. Kirk, your first time aboard this horse, and you rode him really confidently. I thought maybe, is he moving a little too early? But no, you didn't.
No, I have so much horse. And when you have a lot of horse, you try to give them a good trip. You don't get them boxing. And when they're carrying you there, it doesn't make sense to fight them. So he's just pulling me along. You have enough of those horses carrying me along. And I was just galloping to the other lane. I know the 6 was going to come, Port 7. I waited on him. And when he came, I asked my horse to respond, and he responded perfect.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kirk, Kathy, I know it's not your first time, but it is your first time. The honor. All right, go and get it.
Now it's time for Jen's Gems, our Talkin' Horses Picks of the Week. When we come back, we'll pick some surefire winners, our Groom of the Week, and let's see how smart those trainers are. But first, a look at the owner stand.
The Canadian Thoroughbred Horse Society Ontario Division serves as the voice of thoroughbred breeders, supporting the well-being of the thoroughbred industry, educating, advocating, building for the future, with awards, recognition, and rewarding incentives, ensuring it pays to buy, breed, and race in Ontario. Be a part of this future and learn more at cthsont.com.
breeder, the owner, the trainer, or the jockey. But for a few glorious moments, it's your horse. This is Ontario Racing.
Welcome back to the program. Joe and Jason once again, and it's time now for our weekly handicapping segment brought to you by 2001 Audio Video. And last week, Jason, I got lucky. I picked the number 7. My horse won. How about that?
Well done. You should have had that one in the handicapping contest. You'd have won the whole thing. 9-2, Hernandez and McKnight. Good job. My horse was scratched.
And we both cashed.
Yeah, we did. I got my money back.
All right. All right. Today we're looking at a claiming race, 6.5 furlongs on the turf, and I'm going to go with the 5-horse Schaumburg. All right, I like the name Schaumburg. That's one thing.
Not a bad spot.
All right, now the reason I like this horse is because in 11 lifetime starts, this horse has been in the money 6 times, 6 of 11, so that's pretty good. And 2 races ago, this horse won. So we're going to go with the 5-horse Schaumburg.
6-1 on the morning line, not a bad price. I'm going to double that and take a 12-1 shot next door to you, a horse that we haven't even seen this year. And his name is You Know Jack. First time off the claim for trainer Jamie Attard. That's an angle that works out well for the young guy. A small sample size, but still he does well off the claim. And this horse, fresh, hasn't raced yet as a 3-year-old, and he can race well for the first time in the season. He was a winner first time out last year. A perfect 1-for-1. First time gelding. I love that angle. Now he's focusing on his job and trying the grass for the first time. He's undefeated lifetime, undefeated on the turf. I will take a shot. Jesse Campbell riding for Jamie Attard. You Know Jack. So it's Jack, Jesse, and Jamie for Jason.
I hate to say it, Jason, but you know Jack. And now it's time for our Groom of the Week. Jason, who are you looking at?
Well, Joe, you know, just like our stylist, Tiffany Briseño, looks mean a lot. And for me, I saw a horse walk into the ring and, you know what, dress for success. His name is No Risk, No Reward, trained by Lorna Karsten, the groom, Ray O'Connor. I mean, you had the bandages that were blue and white. You had the blinkers that were blue and white. And no, I'm not done. The reins were also blue and white. So for me, the horse looked great, and that was just the icing on the cake. We take Groom of the Week on the road. Congratulations, Ray O'Connor, for the way his horse looked. No risk, no reward.
And all the names for our Groom of the Week winners will get thrown into a hat at the end of the season, and we'll make a draw for a dinner for 4 at Wendell Clark's Classic Grill and Bar. And now it's time for that life-altering segment, Trainer Trivia, our final quarterfinal.
Heat is on, and a veteran matchup. 2 guys who, you know, pretty good at what they do, and they've got a lot of smarts. So it's going to be intriguing. And how will the defending champ fare?
All right, this is how it came down. Brought to you by the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation.
Trainer Trivia, outside the paddock, John Charlamas taking on the defending champion, Mike Doyle. Are you feeling the pressure?
No.
No pressure. He's as cool as the other side of the pillow. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. The Queen's Plate is contested over 10 furlongs at 1.25 miles, but what was the previous distance? Was it A, 1.5 miles, B, 1.16 miles, or C, 1.1 miles? Previous distance for the plate. 1.5 miles, 1.16 miles, 1.1 miles, A, B, or C. Answers are 1.1 miles, 1.8 miles. You both got it right. 1-1, all right. First hurdle cleared. Question number 2. TJ's Lucky Moon pulled off a shocker, paying $166 to win. That's the second highest in plate history. Who was the winning jockey? Was it A, David Clark, B, Ken Skinner, or C, Stevie Bain? Second highest paying Queen's Plate winner. Clark, Skinner, or Bain? Answers are C, Stevie Bain. All right, it's too easy for you guys. All right, the waters get a little tougher here. Question number 3. 2-2 is the score. Name the last trainer to saddle back-to-back Queen's Plate champions. Was it A, Mark Frostad, B, Roger Atfield, or C, Josie Carroll? Johnny's confident. He got his answers already.
I'm going against the defending champ.
Frostad, Atfield. It's Mark Frostad.
Oh, he's the
Mark
best.
Frostad did it in 2000 with Scatter the Gold, 2001 with Dance Through the Dawn.
The reason I know I was with him the night before. 4:30.
So the champ moves on. Well done, guys.
Champ moves on.
Sorry, dude.
It's like going against Ali in his prime. You can't beat him.
Well done. Yes, it was.
And congratulations to Mike. Man, that guy's good.
He is. You know, John Charlamas was right there with him to the end, but couldn't knock him off.
All right, that does it for this week's show. For Jason and all of us here at Talking Horses, I'm Joe Tilley. We'll see you at the track.